Viewers, Hindus are inclusive to a fault. They welcome debate about their most closely held beliefs. But that doesn't mean that they don't respect their faith and the power of their rituals. If they didn't believe, 1 in 3 Indians would not have taken a holy dip in the ongoing Maha Kumbh. But it appears that some delight in taking advantage of the forbearance of Hindus. Mamata Banerjee, Bengal Chief Minister, is just the latest. She has labelled the Maha Kumbh a Mrityu Kumbh. Can you believe it, viewers? A Mrityu Kumbh. She says, viewers, that Maha Kumbh is now a Mrityu Kumbh. There is no planning, systems in place for rich and VIPs only. She goes on to say, there is no arrangement for the poor at the Kumbh. And BJP sells religion just to divide the country. This is what she says. Viewers, listening.
Maha Kumbh আমি নাইবা বললাম ওটা এখন মৃত্যু কুম্ভ হয়ে গেছে কিন্তু প্ল্যানিং না করে এত হাইপ তুলে বড় লোক আর ভিআইপিদের জন্য লক্ষ টাকার ক্যাম্প আর গরিব লোকেদের সাধারণ লোকেদের জন্য লাইনে দাঁড়ান 15 ঘন্টা 20 ঘন্টা দাঁড়িয়ে যদি একটা মাদুরেও বসে 2000 টাকা এই হাইপ তুলছেন আর টাকা কামানোর জন্য ধর্মকে বিক্রি করছেন তাদের আমি মন থেকে মেনে নিতে পারি না।
Now viewers, Mamata isn't the only one who has tried to shake the faith of millions of Hindus in the salvation they hope to attain by attending the Maha Kumbh. I'll give you some hard facts, viewers, which will stun you. These are undeniable, irrefutable hard facts, viewers, which confirm a certain pathology. Look at what RJD Supremo Lalu Prasad Yadav said. He said, the Maha Kumbh is useless. Don't even bother to go. Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav said there was no such thing like a Maha Kumbh. It didn't even exist in history. Yesterday, viewers, I interviewed Sadhguru and he traced the entire origins of the Maha Kumbh into our Indic past, viewers. Then there was Samajwadi Party MP Jaya Bachchan who said that, you see, the bodies of victims have been thrown in the river and the entire river is polluted. Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar has said there is no need to go to the Kumbh. Come to our festival. Samajwadi Party MP Afzal Ansari has said heaven will be house full looking at the massive crowd. Viewers, have you ever heard the Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee or any other of these people or top India bloc leaders say something like this, for example, about the Hajj? As painful as it is to recall morbid tragedies and events, here is a list of Hajj stampedes and tragedies that have led to an unacceptable loss of life in Mecca during the annual pilgrimage. Let me read out, viewers. Would they have said anything about the Hajj? Would they have called it, viewers, like they have called the Maha Kumbh today a Mrityu Kumbh? Would they have used that word? Would they have prefixed it to the Hajj? I don't know, viewers. I don't think so because I've never heard it. In 1990, Minna Tamil stampede took place. 1,426 people died. In 1994, stoning ritual stampede, 270 people died. In 1998, stoning ritual stampede again happened. 118 died. 2001, stoning ritual stampede again happened. 35 dead. Stoning ritual stampede deaths led to 251, viewers. This is in 2004. In 2006, the Minna stampede deaths again happened. 346 this time perished. 2015, again there was a stampede in Minna. Deaths over 2,400. The official Saudi toll was 769. The double standards at work here force us to ask some basic questions. More than a third of Indians, including crores of Bengalis, have taken a dip and returned safely. But Chief Minister Banerjee is still calling the Maha Kumbh a Mrityu Kumbh. Would India bloc leaders ever dream of using the same words to label Muslim, Sikh and Christian pilgrimages? Is the India bloc trying to shake the faith of millions attending the Maha Kumbh because they fear its unifying effect on Hindus? Is Hindu forbearance being taken for granted by the India bloc politicians? Viewers, these are some specific questions and they need to be asked tonight because enough, frankly, is enough. Yes, we are open as Hindus to inquiry, to blasphemy. We don't recognize all of this. But insult? Surely that's pushing it a bit too far. Let's ask some fundamental questions, viewers. Let's open this up. We have a lot to discuss tonight, and I want to begin with the Samajwadi Party spokesperson on the show. He's one of those whose leaders, of course, his name is Tariq Khan, needs no introduction. He's been on our show earlier, and his views will hurt you, viewers. They will hurt you. But you will have to show the same forbearance. Tariq Khan, I want to ask you this. So many people have died in other pilgrimages or other faiths. Why haven't you ever questioned and used labels like you are using now to describe those?
People of India, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are very audible to me.
Okay. So what you're saying that we should ask question to the Saudi government if people have died over there. Okay. People of India, near about 140 crore people, have voted for Prince Salman. Prince Salman. Who would be accountable to the people of the country? Prince Salman would be accountable. We should go there and ask him that why the people have died. Because if we live in India, in a democratic country, we shouldn't ask the Prime Minister if there is some type of problem in our country. It's all right.
Of course.
You have drawn a very, very, very great comparison with the stampede of Makkah, Medina, where there is no
So that's your point. That's your
there
point.
Is no
is that your point? Is that
there
your point?
Should be no
is that the sum and substance of your point?
There should be no correlation.
Is that the sum and substance of your point, sir?
What is happening in India?
He said there should be no correlation. Now, viewers, let me break this down for you. Let me expose their doublespeak. Do Indians not go to Mecca and Medina, viewers? Weren't we, the taxpayers, footing the bill of hundreds and thousands over the years of our Muslim brothers and sisters who were going for the Hajj? Don't they continually ask for these bursaries from the Indian government? Didn't they criticize the Supreme Court when the Supreme Court said after a certain year, no more? Viewers, these people, when Trump returns, Indians who have thrown their passport into the Potomac River in America, when he returns them, these same people say, ask Trump, why is he ill-treating our Indian brothers and sisters abroad? Viewers, then they don't say, is Modi a legislator in America? No, viewers. These people, viewers, have become so conditioned to abusing Hindu religious festivals that they don't recognize what they do anymore, viewers. I wasn't in any way taking offense at Mamata Banerjee questioning the Yogi government. What is the meaning of saying Mrityu Kumbh? This is not questioning, viewers, the Yogi government. This is branding, slagging off, insulting the Kumbh itself as if it's a death trap. That is the equation. That is what we are taking offense to. Viewers, I asked him that question. Did you ever equate the pilgrimage to the Hajj, viewers, where so many people have died so regularly, with a death trap? And he says you can't draw the parallel. Because, viewers, for them there is no parallel. No other religion even comes close. You can trash every other religion. I want to bring in Dr. Ranganathan. I want to bring in Sanju Verma. I want to bring in Tausif Khan. Dr. Ranganathan, you heard us. You can't draw a parallel. You see, we shouldn't be looking at things from same lens. You see, we didn't elect the government in Saudi Arabia, etc., etc. So why question it? As if your citizens, when they cross the border with legitimate visas on taxpayer money, become dispensable and disposable. How do you respond to this gentleman, Mr. Khan?
Good evening, Rahul, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Look, 50 people have died in the Kumbh, and of course, every life is precious, and responsibility for the tragedy that has led to those deaths must be put on people who were responsible for the
Absolutely.
maintenance of law and order. But the fact is, 528 million Indians have visited the Kumbh in the last month. That's more than double the population of Brazil. Last year, Rahul, 68 Indians, many from Bengal, were amongst the 525 who died during the Hajj. Would Mamata have dared to use the same offensive affixation that she used for Kumbh, calling it Mrityu Kumbh? Look, let us accept it. Hatred for Hindus has been perfected into an art form by the TMC. It required the two strands, open discrimination against Hindus and open appeasement for Muslims, to be intertwined. And the TMC has achieved this to such an extent, Rahul, that now it is impossible to disentangle the two. Let me explain. By claiming recently that some monks of the Ramakrishna mission and ISKCON are BJP stooges. Did not Mamata mainstream Hindu phobia? Remember how Didi recently warned Hindus to not venture in quote-unquote Muslim areas? Or her silence at TMC Sheikh Alam boasting 4 Pakistans can be created if 30% Muslims come together? Or her silence at TMC MLA saying Taliban-style beatings happen in Muslim Rashtra? Or her silence at Mayor of Kolkata saying being non-Muslim is unfortunate? Or her silence at Havra violence in response to Nupur, or giving ticket to Sayoni of condom over Shivling fame, whether it be changing Ram Dhenu to Wrong Dhenu, taking objection to Jai Shri Ram slogans, opposing CAA, calling Batla and counter fake, appointing a Muslim on Tarkeshwar Temple Board, providing midday meal dining hall for only those schools having 70% or more minority students, curtailing the time duration traditionally permitted for Durga idol immersion to make way for Muharram procession, granting 2.6 crores of taxpayers' money to Furfura Sharif, promising to give land to imams for construction of houses, paying more than 30,000 imams, 2,500 per month, and over 15,000 muezzins, 1,500. Till this blatant communal move was struck down by the High Court. 8 years later, in the face of uproar, she sanctioned a much lower stipend and much lesser number for Hindu priests. Muslims form 30% of Bengal population, but 66% of the OBC groups in Bengal are Muslims. And when accused of Muslim appeasement, you remember what she famously said? Je Guru doodh dei tar lathiyo khete hoi. If a cow gives milk, one has to be prepared for its kicks. Rahul, demographic shift is a reality in Bengal. And you know what happens? Changing demography shifts a government's decision towards appeasement. This is the fact. And nobody will realize this, or nobody will say it openly, least of all people in Bengal.
Well, viewers, I want to remind you, there was post-poll violence in Bengal, and Hindus had to flee their homes. And I'm not saying this. This was the imprimatur was given by the courts itself. An entire commission was sat. And the commission came out and said very clearly that this had happened. Then, viewers, Mamata Banerjee's heart didn't bleed for Hindus, did it? Then she wasn't talking about how in her state there is Mrityu. It has become a death trap. Mrityu Bengal. She didn't use those words, viewers. Let's not forget all these slides. And I want to bring in Tausif Khan. Tausif Khan, hatred for Hindus has been hardwired, says Dr. Anand Ranganathan, into the TMC, to the extent that we see these odious prefixes being attached with Hindu spiritual festivals. Can you respond, please?
See, all BJP people, including you, Rahul, why are you getting this mirchi lag rahi hai aap logon ko, mirchi? Because Mamata Banerjee has spoken the truth. People are dying in Maha Kumbh. Those who are attending the Maha Kumbh, and mainly the poor and middle class, they have died in stampede. They have died because of various mismanagement by the government. Government has failed to organize the Kumbh in the way they should have. Government invited so many people across the world. It was a Maha Kumbh. It was not just the Mayor Kumbh. This Maha Kumbh does not come very often. Therefore, government was anticipating that people will come. But what has the government done? Zero management. There is a separate arrangement for rich You pay 1 lakh rupees, you get tent, you get special way to go and do the snan.
Wow.
Whereas for the poor people, they have to wait
Yes,
for
yes,
15
of course,
hours.
of course.
There is people from West
course.
Bengal died.
Tell me something.
People from West
did
Bengal
the family
died
of
in the
no, did the family of Mr.
Postmortem
Yadav,
was
hello,
not
one
performed.
second. Did the family of Mr. Yadav not go in a boat? What was that? VIP treatment? Listen, hello.
No, that is
hello,
what
1
we are
second.
saying.
You know, when
Have
you
we-
use
have we
cheap
not
words
seen-
like
have we
mirchi
not
lag
seen
rahi hai,
Ambani's,
I know
Adani's
you've been watching
and
Ranveer
all the
Alabadia
VVIPs.
videos. Too
They have
many
a special
videos.
way.
You have been watching Ranveer Alabadia videos. Your language is so crass. It is so cheap, Mr.
What
Khan.
nonsense you are saying?
So,
Rahul, you have lost
crass
the
and
plot.
cheap. Mirchi
You
lag
are-
rahi
you are
hai.
admitting-
Now let me
you
one
are
second, viewers. Let
admitting
me
that you are
just
so-
let me
so
very
annoyed
quickly give you
because
some points.
Mamata Banerjee
Let
spoke
me
the
give you
truth.
some points,
People
viewers.
are dying.
There were
People
in
are
no,
dying in
hang
Maha
on.
Kumbh.
Just a minute. Let me
Obviously,
speak.
the
Let
Mrityu
me
Kumbh.
speak, sir. Let me
People are
speak. You have
going to
spoken
die
enough. You have
and
spoken
still
crass
dying.
nonsense tonight,
there is
Mr. Khan.
fire.
1 second, 1
Every
second.
now
Let
and
me just very
every now
quickly,
and then there is fire.
viewers. Let me very quickly put this into perspective. Mr. Khan will go on blathering on abusively because he's a cheap troll. Now, viewers, let me tell you this, and it's very, very clear. And I want to bring in Sanju Verma, but I just want to point out a couple of things, viewers. Law and order, organization, etc., all state subjects. So there was a tragedy, viewers, during Durga Puja. During Durga Puja idol immersion in Jalpaiguri district. What did Mamata do about that, viewers? Several people died. Kachua temple stampede in 2019. Loknath Dham temple in Kachua. North 24 Paraganas district. Stampede occurred due to the collapse of an old wall. What did Mamata say then? Mamata only has a problem with what's going on beyond the borders of Bengal, viewers. Dhulagarh riots in 2016. Law and order is a state subject, viewers. They happened during a religious procession, communal clashes, and I don't need to go into the details of that. Please read up yourselves, viewers. There have been several such instances. Several such instances, and I have a whole list here. I can go through them minute by minute, second by second. But Sanju Verma, how do you respond to this? Oh, they are only talking about the fact that there weren't enough facilities and that there was an inequity in the manner in which the rich and poor were treated, and therefore they thought it necessary to call it a Mrityu Kumbh.
You know, first and foremost, Rahul, as a fellow panelist, I completely condemn the language used by the TMC supporter. I've known you to be very, very tolerant and you don't get easily provoked. Let me put some things, and if you've got provoked, you have every right to do so. Now, let me come to the moot point of the debate. You know, you laid out the tenor of the debate by showcasing statistics right from 1990 when, 1,426 people died at Mina, which is basically a small town 8 kilometers southeast of Mecca. Then you have 346 people who died at Mina in 2006 and 2,400 people who died at Mina in 2015. But it's not about your statistic versus mine or your number of deaths versus mine. That is not what we are here to discuss. Yes, my heart goes out to the people who died at Kumbh and a couple of days back, at the stampede at New Delhi railway station. And I always say, let accountability be fixed without shoving the hard truths under the carpet.
Yeah.
Having said that, I don't think the BJP or any bona fide Hindu needs to take lessons in tolerance from a Hindu-phobic chief minister, that is Mamata Banerjee. Be it the Malda riots of 2016, the Dhulagarh riots of 2016, the Boshirhat riots of 2017, the Bhaduria riots of 2018, the Asansol riots of 2019, the Jadavpur riots of 2020, the Sitakulchi riots of 2021, or the Birbhum riots of 2022, the post-poll violence that we saw in, panchayat elections and in the assembly elections post-2021 and 2023. The biggest victims of Mamata Banerjee's Hindu phobia have been Hindus. And most of these riots that I spoke of, from Boshirhat and Dhulagarh to Bhaduria, were all, these riots took place only because of one reason. Mamata Banerjee either did not want Hindus to celebrate Ram Navami, or did not want Hindus to celebrate Hanuman Jayanti, or did not want any Hindu to so much as criticize her in mild terms on Facebook, or did not want Hindus to carry out Durga procession on the same day as Muharram, in case there was a clash between Durga Puja and Muharram processions. That is the kind of Hindu phobia which has been legitimized by Mamata Banerjee, so much so that Ram Navami is now called Ranga Navami in textbooks in West Bengal. And Ram Dhenu is called Ranga Dhenu. You have a problem with the word Ram. Can you imagine Ram Navami being called Ranga Navami in West Bengal with a 10.6 crore population, of which even today more than 70% are Hindus? So let's not get into the territory of appeasement politics, because that is something that Mamata Banerjee does brazenly, and nothing that anyone says can excuse what she has been doing under the garb of secularism. But I just want to say one thing very quickly for the benefit of your audience. Can I just finish?
Let her finish, sir. You can
There's no
respond.
question of getting jealous.
You are getting jealous of Ma Durga and Ma Kali. You are only getting
Oh
jealous
my
of Ma
God.
Durga and Ma Kali.
Rahul, what kind of debate is this? I'm getting jealous. of what exactly is this man talking?
this gentleman, I don't think is within his senses tonight. I think I'm quite
Can I
stunned.
please finish?
I don't even know if you're.
Yes,
I don't
tonight.
even know if you're understanding and comprehending what we are talking about. You're just here to slander people. That's it, Mr. Khan, and you're not doing a good job either of slandering or defending your party. So anyhow,
Rahul,
I'll leave
you
it to
don't
you,
need
sir,
to
to
give
provoke. I'll leave it to you to
unsolicited
provoke.
advice
It's okay.
or
You have the freedom of
unsolicited
speech, sir.
certificate.
I will
Can I
never
just
stop
finish?
you.
You
You
go
can
and do your
abuse
job.
me.
Be a
You can
Modi
abuse. You can
Rahul,
abuse
you be a
Hindus.
Modi you go and
You
do your
can
job.
undermine
You
their
don't need to
culture. You
give
can
any
undermine their
unsolicited advice
traditions.
or
Sir, you're
certificate
welcome to
to
do
me.
it. Carry on. Yes, Sanju Verma.
Rahul?
Yeah.
Thank you. Rahul, as Mr. Ranganathan said, the number of people who have already visited the Kumbh. I don't want to get into the semantics of
True.
Kumbh versus Maha Kumbh, though your interview with Sadhguru yesterday was brilliant and he showcased facts for the benefit of everyone who's
Okay.
a non-believer or an atheist.
The
But I
point
just
being-
want to say one thing.
Yes.
I want to say one thing very quickly. Can you imagine if me or any even small-time BJP leader had said, like Lalu Yadav said, "Arey ye sab Kumbh, Mahakumbh वगैरह फालतू चीज है, इसे बंद करो." Or the rabid statement by Mamata Banerjee calling Maha Kumbh as Mrityu Kumbh. Or look at Akhilesh Yadav. He leaves
That's
no
the point.
stone unturned and no opportunity
That's
to
the point,
undermine
viewers.
the credibility of Sanatan Dharma.
Can you imagine?
what would
Can
have
you
happened?
imagine any BJP, any Hindu leader who subscribes to a particular ideology that is non-India alliance, viewers, saying that X or Y festival celebrated by X or Y minority is faltu? Dr. Ranganathan, I can't imagine. I can't imagine that. The reason, viewers, these people get away by saying this about Hindu and their traditions is because Hindus are tolerant. And that's why I asked, do you take Hindus for granted? And I'll give you an example, Samajwadi Party, and I want to bring in Dr. Ranganathan as well as Mr. Tariq Khan. Look at this Samajwadi Party, viewers. They tied up with the AAP in the Delhi election. The same AAP whose ex-councillor was one of the prime accused in one of the worst instances of anti-Hindu rioting in New Delhi in 2020. The man, viewers, was in jail till he was released on bail just to campaign. No one from amongst them said, why should this man even be given a ticket? MIM gave him a ticket, viewers. Did any of these chaps come out and say, very wrong? He should not be given a ticket? You know what they said, viewers? He's innocent till he's proven guilty. Can you imagine, viewers, what they said about Sadhvi Pragya and company? When Sadhvi Pragya had got relief after relief from the courts and she was then given a ticket. No, they said this is communal, this is anti-Muslim, this is Islamophobia. Then why isn't the reverse, viewers, Hindu phobia? Dr. Ranganathan, let me bring in Tariq Khan and you together. Dr. Ranganathan, can you expound on this, please? And I want a response from Tariq Khan after that.
First of all, I wholeheartedly condemn the offensive words used against you, Rahul. And it just goes on to show that if life gives you a Khan, make it a Tariq, not a Tausif. But as far as the question of how choosing legislators who are blatantly bigoted are concerned, well, Mr. Hussain can say, my case is in the court of law, and yes, a man is innocent until proven guilty, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is, if you remember in 2019, there was a man called Qureshi.
Yes.
Who was given a BSP ticket. And on video, he said, I promise 51 crores to anyone who beheads Charlie Hebdo journalists. On record. And you know what happened? I think he contested from Meerut. He got 3 or 4 lakhs of votes. He lost by only 5,000. So there is a constituency that is very carefully nurtured by people supposedly moderates like Tausif Khan. The problem is there. The problem is not the extremists. The problem is the people who cushion extremists, and they are the people like Tausif Khan.
Respond, Mr. Tasif Khan. You're so blind now to Hindu phobia. You actually have legitimized it to such an extent that you have zero defense.
Chief, all right, let me respond, Rahul. You see, an elected chief minister of West Bengal criticizing another chief minister of Uttar Pradesh for the mismanagement resulting into death of Indian citizen, including the death of the residents of West Bengal, and people like you on TV turning this into Hindu-Muslim. The person who is asking, who is criticizing the government is himself a Hindu Brahmin, a very devout, a lady for whom the people of the Bengal has respect and people of country
sure
has
she
respect.
is, sir.
Even,
She's a devout
even the
Hindu.
Prime Minister respects
but then
her.
tell me one thing.
And she has all
tell
the
me one
right.
thing. Then
she
tell
has
me
all
one
the
thing.
right
Why
to
was
question
no? Why had the
her
court have to remind
counterpart
her?
for his
No, no, one
failure.
second. Then why did the court have to step in and remind her that she's
Why are
favoring
you
one? One
interfering?
second.
This is
Listen
the
to
problem
me.
with you. In
Listen
order
to me.
to prove
That
your
she was
Modi
favoring
bhakti, you
one
have to
community
put all
over
the
the
time
other.
down. This is not
Why
accepted.
did the court have to
You
step
must
in to
learn
remind
how
her that
to-
she
how
was
to defend
favoring
that
one community over the
debate.
other? Simple question to you.
She is only talking about the safety of everyone
Viewers,
who has
listen,
gone to
listen.
Maha Kumbh.
I wanted to
Whether
actually
it
bring
is
in Tariq Khan.
irrespective of
This
their
gentleman.
religion.
No, one second.
Irrespective of their religion.
No, no.
How do you know?
No,
who
one
has
second,
gone to
one
Maha
second.
Kumbh? She is only asking
One
a
second,
question against her counterpart.
Tausif Khan
about
jumped
his
in to
failure.
answer a
Uttar
question
Pradesh
that
government's failure,
was
Yogi's failure
targeted towards
to
Tariq
give-
Khan. So
to-
Tariq Khan,
to
let me
provide
ask you a
better
question.
facilities.
Did the Samajwadi Party support the AAP in this election, yes or no? And why did they do so if you're such a secular party when the AAP itself had links to a councillor who did what he did? Do I have to repeat what he did?
Listen, we supported Aam Aadmi Party because they are fighting with BJP and they are strong in that state. That was the
so it's
simple
okay.
reason we supported
Right.
Aam Aadmi
So
Party.
they could have nursed and nurtured an individual viewers that paid no heed to Hindu rights, but it doesn't matter to them because he was a winning candidate. That's all. It's about winning and losing at any and every cost. Viewers, the fundamental thing, and it's a politically inconvenient question that I've asked today and you didn't get a response. What if some Hindu leader, what if Sanju Verma today from the BJP had gotten up and said the same in inverse about the Hajj or some other pilgrimage? What do you think they would have said, viewers, tonight? You heard what they said tonight, viewers. Obfuscation, obfuscation to the point where, viewers, they've turned apologists for slander against the Kumbh. This is not about Adityanath. This is about a direct attack on the Kumbh. And they're doing it, viewers, because the Kumbh has shown to them the power of Hindu unity. They're rattled by it. They cannot understand it. They fear it. Why would you fear Hindu unity, viewers? That's the fundamental question. I leave it to you to think this through. I want